I'm watching coaches over 40 fall for shiny objects more than ever. New tools, new platforms, new strategies, new courses, a new tactic, a new trainer, and another subscription. But the weird part is that the solopreneurs who are actually winning are the ones who have a very clear focus. And Claude caught me this morning doing exactly the same thing because it has been programmed with my 90-day run goals and my content brain, and it pulled me up when I started to fall for it too. Today, I focused on clearing the deck. I'm choosing a set of skills in the preparation for my 90-day run, and I'm literally rebuilding my system from scratch over the next 90 days. Here's exactly what I have cut. First part of this, our skills. A lot of people, what they do is they have a ton of things that they're working on at the same time. They might be trying to grow their YouTube skills and their Instagram skills and their sales copywriting skills and all of these skills. And what happens is they end up so confused that they don't do any of the skills well. Every decisions that I'm making over the next 90 days are being filtered through one question. Does this help me to build that one skill I'm focused on? In my case, it's going to be Claude with my chosen trainer, because it's so easy to go off and find 15 different trainers. You end up more overwhelmed because everybody has their own system that they're working with. Then does it help me to execute on my 3 most important things, which is what we talk about inside the execution edge. Why is Claude my one skill? Claude is actually the engine that my whole system is running on. So it's helping me to build the artifact for this challenge. It's helping me to keep my content brain together, to be able to speed up my content with a repurposing engine. It's allowing me to use different connections like Canva to be able to speed up my content creation time. It is all about what tool can I use in multiple ways that'll be able to help me to execute my 90-day run faster. And that is what Claude is doing. So Claude is with content creation. It's helping me to build the course. This is where most people fall down. They try to have all of these different tools, but they're not using any of the tools to their full purpose. The next thing is the stack audit or the tech audit. This is what I went through, and I went through each thing that I was paying for at the moment, both personal and for my business. And I looked at, do I need this in this next momentum phase, or is this something that I can add later in the challenge or after the challenge in my next 90-day run? So as you can see, I had Claude, I kept Claude. I have Systeme, I kept Systeme. I have a school community. I'm on the $9 plan because Systeme runs all of my automation. I then decided that ChatGPT is not the tool that I'm going to use the most during this 90 days. So I downgraded to an $8 plan because I still want to be able to create images in ChatGPT, and I wanted to be able to have that faster. And I want ChatGPT as a backup because I keep running out of Claude points. I'm making sure that my budget is streamlined because a lot of people have so many more expenses than they have sales. And I want to make sure that I am staying well and truly in the profit while I'm doing this focus, because my focus is not on consuming. It's getting better at Claude, and then it is getting focused on visibility to build momentum. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to cancel everything. Sometimes you just need to right size it. Like with ChatGPT, I went from a plus plan to the $8 plan. It is the same images that I'm going to need, but a fraction of the cost. So it's a decision, not a sacrifice. The next part, the consuming trap. And this is where Claude caught me this morning. He said you're going backwards and forwards on whether you want to have YouTube or you want to have Substack or you want to have a podcast for week. That's not a research problem. That's an avoidance problem, just a strategy. What will you do today if the decision was made? I'd film a YouTube video. The reason that it could do that is because it had my 90-day run goals and because it has my content brain, like my entire brain. So the only consuming that counts, that Claude knows, is anything to do with Claude. Am I learning Claude prompting? Am I testing a new Claude workflow, like for Canva, and not using it as a procrastination tool? And then I went in, I looked at the platforms, and here's how I chose what platforms I'm going to be using. Can I automate conversations starting there? So for instance, my content is all designed to get people to raise their hands or to show that they're interested. And then I can use something like LinkedIn for DM automation. So my Facebook personal page does get visibility, but I can't automate on it. So it had to go, and that's it, decision made. This is the thing that we need to think about. So one algorithm can change overnight. So if you had all your eggs in a school basket, or you had all your eggs in a Meta basket or a Google basket, guess what happens? They at any point could take you out with an algorithm change. But the way that I'm building this over the next 90 days, there is nothing that can take me out, because I'm building all my content to be platform specific for its best practices, and I don't have all my eggs in the same basket. I'm working across platforms that are owned by different companies. So we start to think about how can we build omnipresence in a way that's strategic. So I will be creating in the 90-day challenge. So if you're part of the 90-day execution edge challenge, you're going to get these tools too. But I'll be building content specific repurposing systems that will take my YouTube video, turn it into Instagram content relevant to the Instagram platform and what it like, into LinkedIn, etc. So in the bottom of this, you'll see the platforms that I decided on, what I cut, and what I created. You'll also see in here, if you're in my school group, you will get this so you can work through it and have a look at all my decisions and the logic behind them. And then I made my community commitment. I want to grow a community that lives off social media that is on purpose. So it's like my community hub, which is where you see me talking about join my school. It also is my quiet course library, and it can be a quiet upsell in the background because I have created it be that way. The one mistake that a lot of people are making on school is they're trying to add more content. And school isn't necessarily about more content. It is about having a smart engagement strategy. So my focus over the next 90 days, school is literally just handling my community and my courses, and it's building my visibility. So I've included the engagement strategy that I'm going to be using over the next 90 days across school to help me grow my visibility, to grow my community, and to help me grow my leads, my collaborations, and my sales. Then we start to look at a business reset, but also a whole life reset. I'm running the same ruthless filter across literally everything. I'm not going to be doing the grocery shopping myself. I'm going to have a food delivery service do it for me because it can lose me hours. And I've stopped multi-trainer consuming. I have chosen who is the one trainer that's going to help me to learn Claude based on the fact that she had long form content where I could see her teaching style, and she had content produced in a way that I could actually understand it, because there are a ton of people training on Claude right now, and some of them are so technical that it goes way over my head, so it's going to take me too long to learn it. This woman only teaches the key tools, and she teaches it in a way that I understand it. And then what I've done to start in preparation is I've been creating bulk meals. So ChatGPT actually designed me a menu. It was batch created. It's frozen because there are going to be days where I'm brain dead and tired, and I want to make sure that I don't get off track with my health again. So I'm just reheating. These are going to be long days for me because I really want to build the momentum in my business over the next 90 days at the same time as I'm launching this 90-day challenge. So I'm going to be working 10-hour plus days where I'm doing super focused activities. So that's why I created a health protection protocol as well. I have given you in the execution exercise artifact, I have given you a little worksheet that you can work through to start to think about what is it that you want to do, to start to be able to audit, to start to be able to see where you might be consuming because it feels safe. But what we want to do is over the next 90 days, if your goal is to hit a certain amount of money, we want to strip everything back and bring in the 1 to 3 key activities that would make that happen. And that's what this is about. This is about clearing the decks, both in business and personal, so that you can have the most focused 90 days that you've ever had, because literally everything could change in the next 90 days if you were focused. If you had one customer journey that you were taking people on and they started to know you for that thing, one offer that scales. That's what I'm starting to be known for. On my stories, I'm talking about the Social Seller Society and how now I'm adding the execution edge. Everything that I add goes into the society. So the name that everybody is learning is the Social Seller Society. This gives me credibility. This is the 90-day clear the decks execution framework. You'll be able to see everything that I've decided and my logic behind it in this document. I look forward to seeing you in school. And of course, if you have any questions, drop them below the video.